Hello everyone, welcome to the Tots review. Today we are going to be making some cloud dough. I am going to share this video with a few of my groups, so just bear with me for just a second while I pull those up and we get started in just a minute. Uh-oh, hit the wrong button. Let me scroll up. I'm short, so I'm trying to reach over my counter and get this to work. I can't find the ones that I'm looking for. There they are. Okay, there you go. Now, we can get started. Yes. Okay, so let's jump in. I am making cloud dough, and I'm gonna tell you, it's basically 3 ingredients, and you probably already have it at home, which is kind of neat. We use cornstarch. I have 2 different boxes. Sometimes it comes in a container like this. I found some in a container like this. Either way, it's cornstarch. Cost you about $2 or $3. And lotion. Now, I'm using baby lotion because it's sensitive, with kids' skin, or you can use whatever lotion you have at home. You just need a cup of it. So, if you're not afraid of your kids, the lotion that you have, use that lotion. Now, excuse me, we need 2 cups of cornstarch that I've already put in my bowl, and 1 cup of lotion. Now, I have my gloves on because this is a sensory project for your kids. It's squishing and making, and then after we make the cloud dough, I'm gonna separate it into 4 different bowls, and then we're gonna add some colors. We're gonna need some food coloring. Now, these are gel food colorings. I'm gonna make some pastel colors because it's springtime, it's Easter time. So I'm gonna use these, about a drop of these, just to give it a light little tint. So, we're gonna get started. We're gonna add our lotion into our bowl of cornstarch. And I'm just gonna use my finger and get all of this out of here. Now, keep your lotion handy because it depends on the texture. You might need to add a little bit of lotion or add a little bit of cornstarch. But we're just gonna squish it together, and it feels ooey gooey. Let me show you what I'm doing. You see that? Just squish it together. We're making dough. Now be careful because the cornstarch is a powdery substance, so it will fly up into your face and have you sneezing like I was doing yesterday when I made this for the first time. So I was like, okay, be sure not to do that. But it's all coming together. You can see this. It's gooey. It's gooey. Oh, wow. I like this. We got all of this coming together, and it only takes a few minutes to make it, as you can see. Now, I'm going to pull a piece of it off so you can see the texture of it, and I can ball it up in my hand like that. Hold on, let me get some of this off of here. Now watch this. I don't know about you all, but I like when I play with my dough, I like to roll it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to separate this into 4 different bowls. I have 4 different bowls in front of me. So I'm going to separate it, and then I'm going to add some color to it. This is a good thing to do on Easter. Have some little pastel dough that you can make at home. Don't even have to worry about going to the store to buy some, because you'll have some at home. Now I'm going to move this bowl out of the way and pull my 4 bowls towards me so that you can see what I'm going to do. I have a teal blue. I'm just going to put a drop of color on there. I have a magenta pink. Put a little drop of color on there. And I have this coral orange. Whoops, that one got 2 drops, so it may be a little darker. Yes, Michelle, I can post the recipe. I will post the recipe in the comments. And I have this purple. Let's see what it's called. It's just purple, okay? No special name, just purple. I'll add a drop of it. And I'll start with my lightest color because I have on gloves. And let's see. We can get this to turn colors. And just work it in your hands. Just like so. And you can probably tell it's starting to change colors. Make sure I get all the color off my gloves so I won't spread it to the other colors, but it doesn't matter. You can do it however you want to do it. And you can tell it's starting to turn orange. And just working until you decide that's enough color for you. Now, for the sake of time, and because we are live, I will, oh gosh, I love this. I love Play-Doh. I'm a Play-Doh person. I can't stop playing with it. So, it's a nice little orange color. Now, let's see. I'll go to my red next. My magenta. And see what it comes out to be. See how it's turning colors. Nice pretty pink color for Easter. Now if it starts to get a little, I guess the texture is not soft enough for you, you can add a little bit of lotion to it, which I think I'll add to this because it's kind of tough. So I'm gonna add a little lotion to kind of help smooth it out a little bit, make it a little bit more pliant. That's my word, a little more pliant. And you can see how it's turning pink. You get the pink from between my gloves. And there you go, you have your little pastel pink for Easter. And putting that little extra lotion in there did help a little bit because now it's more pliant and smooth. All right, we're gonna move over here to my teal green. And I'm just gonna start by putting a little lotion on top of that so that it won't take me forever to get this to mix. Now, whoops, see it's falling apart. Grab some more lotion. There we go. And my teal is coming out nicely. Loving it. Y'all can see that. I'm mixing the colors in. And let the kids do this because it is fine motor skills. It is a science project, watching the white turn into blue. it's an art project because you're painting the white dough into a different color. So there you go. There's the teal color. One last color, my favorite, purple, purple, purple. Okay, let me get some lotion on here so it can be more pliant when I mix these colors. Here comes the purple. You see all that purpleness on my hands? Ah. Okay. There we go. This is why I wear gloves, because it gets all over your hands. And if you've ever worked with food coloring, and I know most of the nannies that are watching have, you know that this stuff is hard to come out. So if you have gloves for your kids, let them wear gloves. If you don't mind it being on them for 2 or 3 days, that's fine too. It won't hurt them. They'll just have purple and pink and whatever other color they use. But that's just to mix it. Once it's mixed, it usually does not come off on their hands. I tried it. I tested it. So this is the purple one. Nice lavender, which is my favorite color. So that's why I say the best for last. But you do you. Now these are gel food colors. You can get the regular food colorings that you probably have. Most people have these at home if they have them. Or if you are a baker and you have little jars of food coloring, throw it right in there. So now I have 4 different colors of dough. And we can make an Easter egg, we can make the Easter bunny, we can do so many different things with this, but the kids will enjoy playing with it. And it's nice and pliable. Take some, roll it into a ball, da 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 da, roll it out into a worm or a snake. I prefer worm because I can't stand snakes. So just roll it out. Create what you want to. Make a little snowman, a little snow bunny. Have a little body. Then make you some little pink ears to go on that bunny. This is hard to do this with these gloves on. Put some little pink ears on there. Oops, stay on that ear. There's one little ear. Da, da, da. Okay, let me make another ear. Let me find a little bit. And roll it. And create another little ear for my bunny. Thank you, Natasha. Okay, here's another little ear for my bunny. Now, all we need is some eyes. Let's see, what color should we make the eyes? How about some orange eyes? And hopefully this will look like a bunny and not some little mean little monster. Okay, taking a little bit and creating a little eyeball. Okay, hold on, let me take the gloves off. That would help. I can work better with my hands free. Now that I've gotten all the colors in there, I'll take my gloves off and I'll take this orange, create two little eyeballs. Let me see. Put one little eyeball there and one little eyeball over here. Get on there. Okay, this is gonna be a funny little rabbit, but hey, it's an art project. If it stops falling off of here, there we go. Let me get it together. I have big hands. I inherited these from my dad, so. And I dropped it. Where did it go? Can't go. Come on, eyeball. Get my little bunny ears to stick up. Now we got two little eyeballs, and you get the hang of it. You can add a body and some legs and some arms and put a nose and add some little whiskers. I would make it bigger than this. I was just making an example. But this is so simple to make. It takes a good 5 minutes, as you saw, 5-10 minutes at the most. And it is so squishy and soft. It feels, oh my gosh. You see that? You can just squish it. Oh, hang on. I forgot something. Let me grab my cookie cutters. Let's see. What cookie cutter do I want to use? Okay. So, I have a star cookie cutter. And I'm just going to move this out of the way. I made a mess all over the counter, but it's okay. I'm just going to move it out of the way. And then we're going to take this pink, some of this pink, and mash it together. This one is a little, the texture's a little rough. So I'm just going to add a little lotion. Make it a little bit more pliable in my hands. There it is. And the cornstarch in this. Now this can be made with flour, but I've never made it with flour. I like the cornstarch. That's just my preference. We can make pancakes out of this. But I'm gonna make a star. Da-da-da-da, trusty little. And there you go. There's my star. Da-da-da-da. You can use cookie cutters with this. If your child has, if you have a rolling pin, a small rolling pin, or even a big rolling pin, you can use the rolling pin with this. You can take spoons and make impressions in it. Take their fingers and make finger impressions in it. There's a whole lot you can do with this. Whatever you do with regular Play-Doh, you can do it with this dough. Okay, I'm gonna stop playing with the Play-Doh now, because it's just, yeah. And it smells good. If you use another lotion, I would advise not using food scent lotions, because they will just kind of increase the chances of your child trying to eat this. The cornstarch itself is not bad. The lotion that you use probably is not good for ingestion. So if you're gonna use anything other than the baby lotion, if you're gonna use another type of lotion, I would suggest that you don't use one that smells like strawberries or apples or blueberries or anything edible, because they're gonna smell it and then they're gonna think, oh, this is food, let me eat it. No. So let them be creative. Let them create whatever they want to with this. As you can tell, I'm hooked. I love Play-Doh. And I'll sit here and I'll roll it for a while. And roll and roll and roll. We can pretend to make biscuits. Get some of your pots and pans and make some stew. You can take a little knife. Let me grab a knife real quick. And I can show you how I would make, I used to play chicken dumpling soup all the time because I love chicken dumpling soup. Let me grab a knife. And I used to cut my dumplings and like that. And there we have it. We got a dumpling. And I cut my dumplings. And again, this is just fun for the kids. And as you can tell, I think I have more fun than the kids do just by cutting this and making my dumplings. And we pretend we have a pot to put it in and we cook it on the kids' stove and we make chicken and dumplings. Or we can use it as flatten it out, roll it up, flatten it out, and we can make cookies and put some little, hold on, let me put some chips in it. Okay, so we want chocolate chips or do we want orange chips? What kind of chips do we want? So we can just take little bits and put it on here and we'll make chips. And there we go, my chocolate chip cookies. You can make a face, whatever it is that you want to make with this, just use your imagination. Now, usually on the back of your food coloring, I don't know if you can see that, but you see there's a chart there and you can make different colors. So if you want to get really creative and make a huge batch of it, you can get creative and you can make all these different colors and they'll have different colors to use. If you have different colors other than in here, say you are a chef or you like to bake and you have the brown and you have the black and you have the blue and the reds and the greens and the neon colors and different other colors. I have these pastel colors. Whatever you want to do with it. Make as much as you want or as little as you want. And believe it or not, the big kids like to play with it too. Don't let them fool you. I have grandchildren and the Play-Doh comes out and they get really creative. They may act like they don't want to play, but they do. Now, when you store this, you can store it in a Ziploc bag, an airtight container, and if it gets a little hard, add a little lotion to it, bring it back to life. Just saying. But this, thank you, Natasha. I had a last spring. These colors are left over from last spring when I did some colorful spring cupcakes because I had a spring party that I was going to. And I thought, oh, it would be cute if I just made the cupcakes different colors. So I put frosting on top. So when you bit into them, there was blue on this side, there was pink over here, there was purple and orange. So each bite was like a kaleidoscope of colors. And they were lemon flavor. So I had yellow icing on top. So it was yummy. But anyway, I'm gonna go play with the dough. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I will put the recipe in the comments as soon as I'm done. And okay, I can't stop playing with the dough. I'm a big kid at heart. If you don't know me, I am a big kid at heart. I love pretending. I love playing, obviously, with Play-Doh and reading books. So I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully my new books will be in. When I moved to Austin, all my books went to the grandkids and I had no more books at home, or they went back to the library because I used to go check out about 20 or 30 at a time, and you know, so they had to go back to the library. So I have very few books on hand because the kids that I take care of, they have books at home. So I don't need any here. I don't have any little kids until my grandkids come. So anyway, I'll be back. So hopefully my back. Oh, I got lost and found. Now, this is what I like to do. If you have a child, especially little boys. Just a tip. Little boys tend to have a greater need for fine motor skills. In other words, their fine motor skills tend to be underdeveloped by the time they get to kindergarten. This is a good way to get them to just squeeze the dough and make little things out of this. Have them to roll it, have them to pull it apart with their fingers. It works those fine motor skills. And you know how I was cutting those little dumplings? You can use a child-sized pair of scissors and let them cut the dumplings. I'll show you. I have an adult-sized pair of scissors, and I'll show you what I mean. Let me roll this back out. I know I said I was going, but I'm back. I just want to give some tips while I'm on here. Now, imagine these are child-sized scissors. Do not give your children these size scissors unless they're old enough to handle these scissors. And even then, I wouldn't do it. So you can take the scissors and they can cut their little dumplings. It's easy to slice through. Just get them to practicing because it's so easy. Sometimes they'll get discouraged if they're trying to cut paper because the paper will turn sideways. But this is something easy for them to start on, and they are successful at doing it. And when children are successful at doing something, it makes them want to do it more. When they can't do it the first time, their first instinct is to quit. So set them up for success by giving them something that they can easily cut, easily maneuver. They can do whatever they want to with those scissors. Most Play-Doh kits come with a pair of scissors, so you can practice. And there you go. So, just so you know, okay, I'm not gonna run my finger across that blade. That is not smart. Anyway, this time I'm gone. I promise I'm gone. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to do a recipes galore, and I'll probably stop in and read a book. Hopefully my books will be here. And thank you all for watching. I will see you all on tomorrow. Have a good night.